Hey guys, welcome back to another Command & Conquer 3 Kane's Wrath video commentary. I am Green Zero and we are on Tiberian Forest for a 2v2 game today. This one's pretty fresh. We're going to get things rolling on the top left-hand side, playing as a Scrin faction. He stole the portal before I could see what he was, but this is going to be Figure, aka Drive, everyone's fourth favorite Russian. And on his side will be playing as Steel Talons. We have, I believe it's going to be Donny Boyka, but he's going under his name eXs.Tesla. So just to keep the scoreboard and everything fancy, we'll just call him by his Smurf name this time around. Whoa, things are already getting heated up the top right-hand side as we move across to find OneVISION here, playing as Steel Talons as well. His ally here, Cybercloud, Marked of Kane. So Marked of Kane and Steel Talons versus Scrin and Steel Talons. Not sure what. He's either Traveler or he's Vanilla Scrin. We'll have to wait and see. It looks like managed to overrun the foot soldiers there, the Rifleman squad of OneVISION. Raider Buggy comes in. Cyberstorm will be cleaning up the enemy scouting party here, but he will be able to select the Raider Buggy, and that will tell him that he is fighting against Mock, because, actually, no, hang on a second, that could also be a Black Hand one, so not 100% sure, but he can probably see the second ref come down, and that's all he needs to know. OneVISION, a little bit behind on his ref, of course. Nod will always have the second ref down faster because of the quicker deployment time, although that's interesting. Oh no, yeah, he also went for of course, Vision would have gone for a barracks, whereas Cyber would have bypassed that tech as well, so that's why he's always going to be notably faster in this situation. He's already moving the MCV with just one power plant here, so obviously not too fast. 4 harvesters out now. It's going to slow his build down a little bit. He's had to redeploy to get the power down because that is now really critically affecting him. There's no rush coming out from both of these sides here. We can see that Tesla is expanding, of course, also about the same distance as where Cybercloud is, although Cybercloud is going to have to remove his MCV if he wants to take full advantage of that. Of course, they aren't against a Nod faction, so clustering up their refineries isn't critically important, or to not do it. Whoa, geez. Okay, there we go. So looks like Drive there just being rushed and putting his ref in a really awkward position here. T2 is coming down. We didn't even see what faction he was. He is going to be Vanilla Scrin. Scouting party starting to move around. We can see that Tesla is trying to take the Tiberium spike there. Good focus fire to get the bike there as well. He picks the bike out, and the Raider Buggies can't really do anything. And he is going to pick the other bike out as well. Cyberstorm's not going to be enjoying that, so the Harvester will get away. Not a full load of Tiberium, which is unfortunate. The Raider Buggies and the Pitbulls don't really accomplish too much. I mean, a couple of bikes went down, but we also lost one Pitbull coming to grab another one. But no, the focus fire is not good there, unfortunately. And he will actually split his fire once again between the two bikes here, looking to clean up. Nothing much else happening here. We'll get that last bike down there, or not the last bike, the second last bike, but that will diminish his ability to destroy any harvesters here unless reinforcements are coming in. Pitbulls are coming in. He's going to target the bike down with the watchtower, of course, and the Pitbull is going to chase these guys here, make sure he uses his rocket. So that is such good focus firing from Tesla there. He's always been focusing down, except for one point. All the Raider Buggies, all the bikes there. We have units moving across the field as well. Nothing much happening there, just a few scouting units. We'll keep an eye on what's happening down here. 3 towers are here now, and he's not going to want to really engage into that. Steel Talon Harvesters do have additional armor on them, or additional hit points, so they will take a bit longer to destroy these Raider Buggies here. The watchtowers, without AP ammo, they really can't do too much against them. They will hurt him a little bit. Drive has pushed out a fast tech though, and he has got Mechapedes out and about, so a few Mechapedes coming out by him. We have Battle Marker over here. Looks like OneVISION trying to have a look and see what's going on over here. Battle Markers over here, not much happening, just a few buzzers coming in. Cyberstorm has expanded, of course, along with OneVISION. Already a double ref down. AP ammo is on the way. They're significantly down in tech compared to Drive, although Drive does have only just put a ref down, so obviously he sacked all of his economy to get that tech down. Let's see if he can take advantage of it. Mechapede's moving through the middle of the map. There's actually 2 Dev tanks here to supplement those. Meanwhile, Tesla is moving on the blue field here, trying to re-secure that. Beacon's coming down by Figure. He looks like, actually, Figure, of course, is Drive, if I did not mention that. So, it's actually got disc mechas here. Maybe worried about aircraft. But there's only 2 mechas here, but these 2 Dev tanks are both charged, so they're going to be very deadly. Battle Marker down here. Oh no, OneVISION looks like he may have taken blue tip at one point in time, and the Harvester now is on the way back. But unfortunately, forgetting about that will cost him that Harvester. So the left side team definitely going to be enjoying that. Titans are here. They will split up these forces here, having to back away to not take any damage. Battle Markers over here. No, it is just going to be a Rifleman squad. Just having a look and see what's going on. And we have a phase field. Actually used his phase field on the Dev tanks. Probably took out about 2 bikes before using that phase field. Now we'll be backing out as well. So that's an important support power that has now been used. That cannot be used elsewhere now. We have Tesla moving through with Pitbulls and Titans here. We'll have to see what's going to happen. I'm not sure where the Mechapeds went. The Mechapeds have been very passive here. They haven't been achieving too much. There's only 2 of them actually. I don't think he's continued to build these. He's actually going for tripods, double warp sphere now. Has his economy down. Only 4 harvesters there. Might want to move another harvester across. But Cyberstorm still pushing Bike Buggy. I'm assuming he's going to be probably going for some type of tech in the background here. And he will be pushing Tesla off this base here. Battle markers down here. They are going to engage. Those dev tanks will do so much damage. He's got to be careful about those. There is only 2 of them. But with additional forces here, Titans and Dev Tanks, Bike Buggy is just going to get absolutely annihilated by that. There was a battle marker down here, but it just looks like it's just Rifleman Squad just coming in to have a look and see what's going on here. Railguns is done by OneVision, so Tesla is going to be at a disadvantage until he can get his own Railguns up. These 2 Dev Tanks try to cut the corner there, but they will be destroyed. They actually take down quite a lot before, I mean, they've already shot up quite a number of bikes previously, so they definitely pay for themselves a few times over. But Drive will eventually lose them. Actually going for the adaptive armor upgrade prior to railguns, which is interesting. Generally speaking, you'd want to get railguns first. Adaptive armor, of course, does upgrade much quicker. OneVision, though, whoa, he's got 6 mammoth tanks here already. Be wanting to see the adaptive armor because, of course, with tripods out, the tripods could bum rush the mammoth tanks, and if they get enough EMPs off, that's going to be bad news bears for him. So he's going to move through with these mechas, which again really haven't been achieving too much. OneVision is now taking the top center field as we saw before. Already has refineries down. Just a single refinery. There's a Devastator warship here. He's actually got no AA. Oh no, hang on a sec. He's got 2 slingshots. He must have sniffed that out quite a while, or quite a ways in advance, because these 2 slingshots will be able to destroy the Dev Tank, the Devastator warship. Battle markers raging over here as well. Looks like those forces now moving through the middle of the map. Did he lose it? He did not lose the refiner, which is important there. But it's going to come through now. OneVision left a time behind. Looks like it was on hold fire stance as well. Didn't even fire back at the enemy. Meanwhile, there's going to be a battle over here as well. And this is going to be pretty intense. Tesla does not have railguns. Not yet, surprisingly, has forgotten to get that upgrade, but OneVision does not have adaptive armor. He put the adaptive armor on every single one of his units, which is a huge mistake there by Tesla, but he will move through just because he has more, or much more units here. Of course, putting the adaptive armor on your units means they lower their rate of fire lowers significantly. You only want to put the adaptive armor on the unit which is taking damage. Unfortunately, putting it on all the units just means you just completely wipe out your firepower for the other side here. Does use the stasis here, does drive. Battle marker over here as well, just a few forces getting cleaned up. We'll keep an eye on this engagement down here because we have drive moving through with Tesla, who still for some reason does not have any railgun equipped mammoth tanks here. There we go, they just completed the upgrade and they are completely destroying this area. Look at all the harvesters going down. These Titans here, I'm not sure again why he's continuing to spam the adaptive armor on those, because that's just lowering his firepower. This force here, there's quite a number of tanks here by Vision, but there's also tripods, railgun mammoth tanks. They are going to somewhat annihilate each other there. I think they might be able to hold. Meanwhile, these Titans are still moving across, just destroying all the bike buggy coming out of there. They can just basically one-shot most of that. Dev warships coming over as well. The MCV from Cyberstorm did fall, and I think OneVision, he's not going to be able to hold on to this. There's something happening up the top as well. A few Wolverines, a few mammoth tanks are now isolated up there, but it looks like the force down here from Tesla and drive will be pushing through. Vision only, oh no, these slingshots. He's donating these slingshots now. I think OneVision has panicked there. He panicked and he just threw away all of his AA, which means those Devastator warships are going to be much more devastating, I guess. No pun intended, without any AA to contend with. Meanwhile, a few tripods over here. There's 2 mammoth tanks. These mammoth tanks should be able to dispatch that last tripod there. Mammoth tanks, of course, are a lot more powerful. Although I haven't actually seen any railgun accelerators being used just yet. I'm not sure if either side has tried to use those. It's usually pretty easy to tell when it has been used because the mammoth tanks have a lot of visual effects nowadays when those are being used. Drive is having trouble stopping these few mammoth tanks here. That mammoth tank is quite badly damaged. He's got shock troopers here, obviously because he can't pump out tripods quick enough. He's got the upgrades on them, so he's obviously trying to destroy those. He should be able to get that last mammoth tank here. Battle markers are raging over here as well. Looks like that Devastator warship wandered way too far forward, destroying a few of those mammoth tanks. That one there actually gets away. He could probably just finish that off, and OneVision is actually going for Orcas now to supplement his force. Meanwhile, Tesla and Drive have secured the middle field. Of course, Tesla has been harvesting on this for quite some time. Drive, not sure what he's doing, not sure how he's funding himself just yet. AA turret coming down there. Well, is there, I was going to say, I thought that was a Horok Orca, but it was a Horok bike. We'll be cleaning up these forces here. He could have probably just taken that himself. Cyberstorm does have the ability to rebuild his MCV. He's got 2 war factories, but he doesn't have an MCV. Meanwhile, Vision able to repair up some of these mammoth tanks here. Maybe you want to chuck in a behemoth or two just so you can siege this base, although it's going to become an armor fight here. Both sides now just resting up and repairing. Mammoth tanks, of course, have a lot of hit points. Will take a while to get those back up to full health. Does take down a harvester there. Teleports in the shock troopers too late. Unfortunately, those two turrets will ward off the remainder of those orcas though. And now Drive here has a few forces. Looks like they're recovered tripods, or maybe they've taken some damage. Moving a drone ship to the top. There is an EMP spike here that could be critically important in this game if either side decides to take that. Mammoth tanks now are moving forward. This bike buggy here, or just basically bikes, aren't going to be enjoying that. There's a small amount of infantry here, but you know what? There's so much railguns that they can actually just get rid of them. Oh, supersonic airstrike takes out all of Vision's orcas. I'm not even sure how many were there. I think there's only about 3 or so. There wasn't too many, but he nails them right on the head. And Cyberstorm, this base is going to fall. Meanwhile, Vision is pushing on the other side of that. Drive's base is actually going to fall as well, so they're going to trade out some of their bases. Drive is pretty much going to be dead at this point in time. His infrastructure is getting ravished. He may as well just sell this off or maybe help his ally out. But we can see that over here we've got the Mammoth tanks just walking right through this base head here area. So they're doing the same thing on the other side of the map. And you know what? I reckon Railgun Arrays was actually used there, by the way, on these forces. I reckon that Tesla's force is going to be stronger. So OneVision's force, I don't think is going to be as strong. A lot of the disintegrators are getting destroyed, though. There's tons of rifleman squads walking around, so they will be able to dispatch most of the infantry which are trying to hold this down. Bikes coming in. Tesla is losing a ton of his harvesters right now. Meanwhile, his force is just moving around completely uncontested, but again, OneVision's also somewhat uncontested now that Drive has pretty much collapsed. Cyberstorm has actually been defeated. He left the game because he's about to lose his last structures, and of course that would very badly hurt his ally OneVision if he was allowing himself to get knocked out of the game. All his money, resources and units would be nil and expended. But OneVision now being able to use those. He's going to destroy the tech center here, which belongs to Tesla, which means Tesla can no longer construct any more Mammoth tanks. He may have to resort to building Titans. His MCV is quite a long way away over here, but Visions has some bikes down here, so his MCV is in a good spot. He's coming through now. Vision's trying to spam out rocket squads to try and stop this, but you know what? He's just going to charge. He's just going to barrel forward into this and destroy everything that Vision has here. I think Vision's MCV is on the run. Yes, he is. Drive is actually still fighting, but unfortunately he's not going to be able to achieve too much. Vision has no, they're not Mammoth tanks, they're just rifleman squads. They're not going to be able to stop Mammoth tanks, which are now just walking through this base. Vision's going to have to move his MCV. He's going to have to move his MCV. He can't stay here. He can't stay here. These Mammoth tanks are going to overrun this base momentarily, and then he's going to push forward and try to destroy this. Meanwhile, I think the MCV was actually destroyed by these bikes here. I think the bikes actually destroyed Tesla's MCV, and now there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, there's like 6 Mammoth tanks here, 7 Mammoth tanks. He can't hold against this. He can't crush them. Those Titans don't crush here. He's actually going to come forward. A beacon is placed by Tesla. He can see the MCV running. OneVision has left a quiet leg. Can he hold on to his force? It's going to come right down to the last few buildings, and I think Tesla's actually been defeated, which means Drive has to fight on, and he's going to lose his last building. No, not quite. There's a building somewhere. And now Drive is fighting with these forces. Where is it? Oh, he's got a base up here. Sorry, I did not see that. And he's got units coming in here. And as OneVision escaped, his MCV is going to escape this battle zone area here now. But there's a lot of heroic rifleman squads destroying all his infantry. I think he should stop building infantry. That's a waste of time right now. Meanwhile, OneVision's force is here. He does have some Mammoth tanks, but there's a lot of them are in the critical right now. And he's going to be moving up and around here. But again, you know what? Drive, the last of Tesla's Mammoth tanks now are being cleaned up. And I don't think Drive is... Yeah, look at this. He doesn't have anything to stop these rifleman squads here. And there's so many heroic ones, and they've just allowed him to destroy. He should just walk over them and just crush them. It's going to take too long to kill them just shooting them. He's actually going to lose a gun walker to rifleman squads. There's so many heroic squads here. He's realized it now, a little bit too late. But again, these infantry squads, what are they going to do? These heroic rifleman squads, they're going to tear them to pieces here. They're not even attempting to fire back right now. He's in all sorts of trouble. Drive, I think, is not going to have enough to withhold the attack. There's actually the Mammoth tanks are now coming. There's a few tanks which were left behind actually. There's still one Mammoth tank there. Shooting these guys in the back. Actually going to get a number of kills here. Oh man, if Drive can somehow kill these units, maybe he can deal with the infantry, but I'm not sure how he's going to be able to do that. He's got an MCV over here. He's going to actually take the spikes from Vision. Vision, meanwhile, is actually on the move. Obviously, he doesn't have enough money, I don't think, to build anything. Vision does not have enough for a refinery. He's collecting spike income, but you know what? Drive is actually going to cut that off momentarily. Needs to focus on that Mammoth tank. No, does not quite get an elite Mammoth tank. That's going to be deadly. So that's going to be very deadly. Still has a substantial amount of health remaining. It's got a foundry here, which he's utilizing as well. Not actually placing down structures. Of course, yeah, he does hold 1, 2, 3, and he's going to hold I believe he would be going for that one. Yeah, he's going to go for that one. So Vision, without any spikes, is going to now have to resort to capping his own spikes because he doesn't have enough money or he doesn't have any income. There's a few harvesters moving around the map. Wow, look at this map. The map is barren in terms of bases right now. Vision has a power plant and he has an MCV. How much money is he short? He's short about $1,300 here. He's going for a barracks. He realizes that the only way he can get back into the game is, of course, is to take the spikes, which Drive is left behind. Drive now holds 4 spikes, and he has a refinery, which is a problem because these harvesters now, which have been off hiding, are actually full of Tiberium, or there should be some more coming around somewhere. And Vision is going to cross the map now. He's like, oh, we better go do something about that. These mammoth tanks are quite slow. One of them is really slow because it's in heavy damage mode. If he can destroy these 3 mammoth tanks, then which is going to be actually a big ask. I'm not sure how he's going to be able to destroy those. If he needs to clean the infantry up, and then he can just use disintegrator squads. And here we go. He's spamming out buzzers. He's doing a bike rush right now. But oh, you got to kill those. You got to go straight for them. And he just completely one squad gets killed. So he got close, but now he's going to get camped. I don't know why he doesn't put a buzzer hive down. This is ridiculous what these rifleman squads have been able to do in this game. And a buzzer swarm does come out. And they actually, I think, yeah, now these forces have been depleted to the point where, oh, Drive just isn't really controlling this very well. I'm not sure what he's controlling. He's only got like 3 units at his disposal. So, yeah, these mammoth tanks now will actually be able to destroy this base area here. Vision has yet to claim any of these spikes back, so I'm not 100% sure what his plan is. He might have engineers. Yeah, no, he's actually going for... Wow, he built a barracks, but oh no, there's a gunwalker there. I'm assuming the gunwalker has been giving him a hard time, so that's probably why he hasn't captured anything. Drive is continuing to run to the edge of that, and you know what? With no rifleman squads left, it's actually 1, but it's a 2-man squad. He could just try to bum rush with the disintegrators here, and he's going to try to save the spike as well, which is actually very critically important, but it's not going to be able to be saved. He's going to target the damaged one first, but you know what? The damaged one is actually elite. And can these mammoth tanks actually withstand the disintegrators? See, the disintegrators are actually on a move order. Oh my god. You know, he needs to just give them a tack order. Tack order will be plenty good enough to destroy these forces here. And the crush from the front tank is going to be enough to save this elite mammoth tank. The other mammoth tank, I believe, he's got a 3rd one somewhere. You know, there he's actually got taken out. So, heroic disintegrator squad. Unfortunately, there's only 1 member remaining in that squad. He needs to try to take that out right now. Drive is on the run. Where's his MCV? I'm assuming his drone ship is... I'm not 100% sure where it is. He does actually finish off the last of the rifleman squads. We can see here now that OneVision is selling. And look at that. He's so desperately trying to get out a refinery right now. He needs a refinery. He doesn't have enough for it. Oh no, he's actually trying to build a barracks, so he doesn't even have enough. Like, he's even in a worse position than he was previously. Drive has about $3,500, which means if he can settle, he can actually put down a... he's actually filled his harvesters up with Tiberium as well. And he's actually going to try to take this power plant, but there is a rifleman squad there, unfortunately. He just needs... I don't know where that gunwalker is, but he needs the gunwalker to come over here and just kill... I can't believe that these rifleman squads are just carrying Vision through this game. I can't believe that Drive is allowing those rifleman squads to carry so hard. It's almost as if he refuses to counter them. And these 2 mammoth tanks now moving across is the last of his mammoth tanks here now. And he will find a squad there, but unfortunately the squad is quite badly damaged. And that will be the end of that. Again, every squad, every unit that goes down is incredibly difficult for OneVision to recapitalize on because obviously he's being powered by just 2 spikes. And he's actually going to try to destroy the spike there, which means Drive will be down to no spike technology. He needs to rest up enough time to get a refinery down. You know what? He's going to get a refinery down. He's going to get it down. He's got plenty of money left remaining as well. He will put that down. These 4 harvesters, some of those are loaded with blue type. He's actually going to lift off as well. He's not even going to put a barracks down or a portal or anything. I'm not sure what his plan is there. He needs to make a stand there. If he pumps out disintegrators with some buzzer hives, which is very easy considering, again, he's just dropping blue tib into this refinery right now. OneVision, of course, I think he's finally realized that, you know, he's not going to win this game unless he goes back for a refinery, which it's going to take such a long time to build that. I mean, he needs over $2,000 right now. And off of 2 spike, that is going to take... And he's actually packing up his MCV. He's moving. He's like, alright, cool, this isn't going to happen. He's just going to move his MCV. He needs to find Drive's last remaining builders. He's splitting up the rifleman squads, which is good. I'm assuming that Buzzer, which is elite now, has taken out the rocket squad. So that's a good move for him. But he needs to find where Drive is settled. Drive has settled in the bottom left-hand side of the map, and I'm assuming he's got a ton of cash at his disposal. He's got $7,000. He needs to turn this into units like right now, or pretty much yesterday. I'm not sure why he continued to move his drone ship further around. That was not necessary, and he will overrun that force. He knows where Drive is located, but Vision has he's got 8k at his disposal. He's going to spam out a ton of disintegrators, and Vision is not going to be able to counter that. Vision is, yeah, I think Drive has run, even though Drive is making it way closer than it needs to be, he's actually outlasted Vision now. A few buzzer swarms coming in now. Unfortunately, those buzzer swarms weren't targeting, so... And I'm not sure what the harvesters are doing. I'm not sure why they're there. They should just be harvesting, to be honest. Why is he moving his drone ship? He must obviously think that Vision has a base somewhere. Although this isn't actually the case. Vision, I'm not sure why, again, he moved his MCV over here. He's still very heavily short on building a refinery. This Rifleman squad will be overrun momentarily. Yeah, there's way too many disintegrators there for him. And you know what? He could just run straight to the MCV, which Vision had to cancel the refinery again, which puts him back even more. And he's going to run for this back. He doesn't actually have a power plant, which means he's not going to be able to build a watchtower just yet. And now he's going to lose his MCV. It's getting focused down. He puts down a watchtower, but once this falls, his ability to build units or infantry units is pretty much history. He's actually going to target down the structures here, but you know what? It's probably not even worth it because he could just destroy the what do you call it? The units here. Vision is limited on his production capabilities. He destroys the ref. There's only one structure remaining. He's not going to get it though. Oh man. He's down to a barracks. There's a lot of Rifleman squad here. He's obviously managed to spam a lot of those out. What is Drive? Where is Drive? Oh my god, is Drive actually throwing the game? Why is he moving his MCV? Enemy unit sighted. He's only got $2,000. He sold it. Oh no, he doesn't sell the ref, but he needs to kill that that barracks. The easier thing I can think of to do would be to put the drone platform over here and then just throw a buzzer hive next to it and then a portal and just capture it. The Rifleman squad will never be able to destroy that. But he's actually going to settle over here. Whoa, OneVision again down to just a barracks. He has 2 spikes at his disposal, which means he can build a Rifleman squad every 15 seconds if he wants to build one. But he's not producing anything just yet. Again, I guess he's not sure what to produce. This game really slowing down quite a bit now. The question is he going to be able to locate Drive? That was only a power plant, by the way. Is Drive actually short on building a refinery? Yeah, he is. He can't actually build a refinery. He's got no spikes at his disposal, which means he is economically dead right now. And Vision can just keep building Rifleman squads. And you know what? These Rifleman squads are actually going to win the game for him. They've basically won almost every engagement for the last 15 minutes. I can't believe Drive is allowing this to happen. This is going to be embarrassing. He's actually going to lift off his drone ship, and is he going to move to the corner of the map? He could force a draw. Vision won't be able to destroy him if he's in the corner of the map. Or maybe this corner. No, he'd probably be able to get him down that corner. So if he moves to this corner of the map, Vision will not be able to destroy Drive, and then Drive can force out a draw, which is considered to be very unsportsmanlike. I'm just going to grab a quick drink. Alright, we're back. Notice how he tried to save the kill shot for the mammoth tank there. Wants to get that heroic, so that would be beneficial for him. He's actually going to leave this barracks unattended, I think, which could be a bit of an error. Actually, no, he does have 1 spike. There's 1 spike. No, there's 2 spikes remaining, so Figure Drive does have the ability. Yeah, he's actually put his drone ship up here in the corner, and Vision he can't do anything about that. All he can build, the only AA he can build is rocket squads in this mammoth tank, and they will not be able to have range on that. So I'm assuming this game will effectively end at some point in time when someone decides to surrender. But yeah, in my opinion, it's not really necessary for this to come down to a draw. I mean, all he needed to do was put down a warp sphere and just a couple of gun walkers, and that would have been fine. Drive now actually going to make a move with his drone ship here. I think Vision might be trying to build a engineer. He's still trying to build Rifleman squads. Does he have an engineer? No, he doesn't have an engineer. The mammoth tank is going to move up here, and this mammoth tank is actually going to come into contact. Oh no, sorry. He's going to reveal that it's there, so Drive could turn around. Not choosing to turn around, and of course he's actually in range over this weird Tiberian water stuff here, which actually doesn't look that great. It doesn't look like real water at all, but he doesn't see it. Vision doesn't see it. It's obviously outside of his range. And this mammoth tank is going to move ahead, try to find something else to destroy. But you know what? There's really nothing else to destroy here. And this game is really starting to drag. I may have to edit. I might edit out parts if this is just like 10 minutes of him chasing the drone ship around. So we'll have to see how this goes. Vision has no money. Figure has $2,300, which means he cannot produce a refinery. He could try to capture Vision spike, but that would cost him money that he'd have to make up and then try to get more for a refinery. So he's pretty much history unless there's something I've missed on the map, some structure somewhere that he can sell. This game is pretty much done and dusted. So yeah, I might just have to edit this out because it was a good game. It's definitely something I wanted to show or to have on my channel and things like that. But if it's just going to be next 10, 15, 20 minutes of Drive flying around a big circle, that's not something you guys want to see, so I probably will just cut these parts out. So if absolutely nothing at all happens, because it's just going to be the same thing for 10 minutes. But yeah, nonetheless, still producing some units over here. Battle marker just standing on the Tiberium, just trying to find out where Drive is located. Of course, if Vision does realize he's in the top area, I'm not even sure where Drive is. He's actually over here. He's actually trying to produce. Oh, he sold his drone ship, so he's going to force out an end game here. Oh man, this is going to be tense. What he needs to do, he needs to try to lure enough of OneVision's forces away from this area. He doesn't want to get that mammoth tank heroic. That's the last thing he wants to do, although it's probably not going to matter too much. What he wants to do, he wants to lure OneVision, at least maybe let OneVision leave maybe 1 or 2 squads behind. No, this isn't going to work. This isn't going to. There's too much forces here. He's going to have to go for the barracks, and it's not. It was a suicide run to begin with, and he's not going to be able to get that. So unfortunately, Vision is going to be able to defend that, and Drive has been defeated there. So that game there dragging quite along somewhat. But yeah, that was Drive's game to win, and he had multiple chances, and it's almost as if he didn't want to win that game. So I'm being pretty hard on him because I just don't understand how someone of his caliber, he's a really good player, just couldn't identify like the most basic counter in that game there. So we'll have to have a look and see how that went. So 280,000 to Drive and Tesla. So they dominated in the economy there, $45,000 more than what the other team had there, and $235,000 to the other guys here. But the kill death ratio shows a bit of a story as well. A lot more units being lost on Team 2 side. But to be honest, I think that Tesla definitely played the best on the left hand side. Team Drive, I think maybe he should have left Tesla in charge. Instead, Tesla just left Drive in charge, so maybe that wasn't the best decision. Cyberstorm, of course, knew exactly what to do when he was dead. He tapped out, and Vision had enough to win the game there. Again, there was so many chances for Drive to win the game, and I mean, essentially, Vision just had to play what he had. Like, he was only going to win if he could outlast, and luckily, he just managed to outlast. Because I mean, not saying he didn't play well. He obviously played good, but again, Drive just squandered one chance after another, after another, after another, after another, and then eventually just OneVision just won the game. So, but yeah, nonetheless, up until that point, it was a really good game. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm Green Zero, and I'll catch you all in the next VOD.